There are 5 seeds that won't even sprout if you plant them in warm weather. That's right. While most people think the planting season is over in December, experienced gardeners know this is when the real magic happens. These seeds need the cold to develop properly. Miss this 3-week window, and you'll be stuck buying expensive spring vegetables from the store instead of harvesting your own. Stick around. At the end, I will reveal a bonus tip that helps all 5 grow faster, stronger, and survive winter stress. Number 1. Onions. Plant these in December and you'll harvest full-sized bulbs by May, weeks before anyone else. Here's why December matters. Onions need 12 to 16 weeks of cold weather below 50 degrees Fahrenheit to trigger bulb formation. This process is called vernalization. Without it, the plant thinks it's still in the growing season and keeps making leaves instead of bulbs. Plant them too late, say February or March, and you'll get thick green tops but tiny bulbs the size of marbles. I've seen gardeners wait 6 months only to pull up plants with no bulbs at all. Complete waste of space. Spacing is critical. 4 inches apart in rows, 6 inches between rows. Any closer and your onions compete for nutrients and stay small. Any wider and you're wasting garden space that could grow more food. Here's what most people get wrong. They plant onion sets instead of seeds in December. Sets don't need vernalization. They bolt immediately in cold weather. Seeds establish slowly, build strong roots, and form proper bulbs. December planted onion seeds give you 3 months head start over spring planters. That's the difference between harvesting in May versus August. And May onions store for 8 to 9 months. August onions? They're soft and rotting by October. Number 2. Cabbage. These are cold weather champions that actually taste better after frost. December planting gives cabbage 8 to 10 weeks to establish a deep root system before the hardest freezes hit. Strong roots mean the plant survives winter and explodes in early spring when soil warms up. Plant them half an inch deep, 18 inches apart in all directions. Cabbage needs room. Crowd them and you get small heads that bolt early when spring heat arrives. I've seen people plant them 12 inches apart and wonder why their cabbages are the size of softballs. The key difference: cabbage planted in December can handle temperatures down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit once established. February planted cabbage? It dies at 25 degrees Fahrenheit because the roots never developed cold tolerance. Here's the science: cold exposure triggers cabbage to produce more sugars as antifreeze in the cells. That's why December cabbage tastes sweeter and has that crisp texture. Spring-planted cabbage grown in warm weather? Bitter and tough. You're not just planting earlier, you're growing a completely different quality of vegetable. December cabbage can weigh 4 to 6 pounds per head. Spring cabbage tops out at 2 to 3 pounds before it bolts. One more thing: if you're in zone 7 or warmer, December is your only window. Plant cabbage in February and it'll mature in May heat. It'll split and bolt before you can harvest. Number 3. Broccoli. Miss December and you miss broccoli entirely in most climates. Broccoli has the narrowest temperature window of any vegetable. It needs 60 to 90 days of weather between 45 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit to form tight heads. Too cold and it stalls. Too warm and it bolts straight to flower without making a head. December planting solves this perfectly. Your broccoli gets 90 to 100 days of cool weather to mature, then you harvest in March or April before heat arrives. Plant them 18 inches apart, 1/4 inch deep. Water immediately and keep soil moist for the first 2 weeks. Broccoli seeds need consistent moisture to germinate in cold soil. Let them dry out even once and germination drops by 50%. Here's the mistake everyone makes: they wait until February thinking broccoli is a spring crop. Wrong. By the time February planted broccoli matures, it's June. June temperatures hit 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit in most zones. Broccoli exposed to 3 days above 75 degrees Fahrenheit will bolt. You'll see yellow flowers instead of tight green heads. I've watched people plant broccoli in March and get nothing. They blame the seeds, the soil, their luck. It's not luck, it's timing. Here's what most people don't know: December planted broccoli produces side shoots for 2 to 3 months after you cut the main head. Each plant gives you 5 to 8 smaller heads over time. Late planted broccoli gives you 1 harvest, if you're lucky, and dies. More harvests, better flavor, 0 spring stress. This is why commercial farms start broccoli in winter. Number 4 is celery. Most gardeners think celery is too hard. They're wrong, they're just planting at the wrong time. Celery takes 130 to 140 days from seed to harvest. That's almost 5 months. Planted in spring? You're harvesting in the peak heat of July or August when celery turns bitter, stringy, and woody. It's basically inedible. December planting means your celery matures in cool April or May weather. That's when you get crisp, sweet, juicy stalks that snap when you bend them. Here's the trick: celery seeds are microscopic and need light to germinate. Don't bury them. Press them gently into the soil surface and keep them moist. If you bury them even a quarter inch deep, they won't germinate. Use a spray bottle to water them. A regular watering can will wash the seeds away or bury them. I've seen people lose entire celery plantings because they watered too hard in the first week. Celery germination takes 14 to 21 days in cold soil. Be patient. Once they sprout, thin to the strongest seedlings and transplant when they're 3 inches tall. Space transplants 8 to 10 inches apart. Celery is a heavy feeder, it needs rich soil. Add compost at planting and side dress with compost again when plants are 6 inches tall. Without enough nutrients, celery grows thin, hollow stalks. Here's why December matters: celery needs cool weather to develop flavor. The same plant grown in 80 degrees Fahrenheit heat will be bitter and tough. Grown in 60 degrees Fahrenheit weather? Sweet and tender. December sown celery is ready by April. Spring sown? You're waiting until July, and by then it's too hot for quality stalks. This is how commercial growers do it. They start in winter, harvest in spring, and charge premium prices because the quality is that much better. In number 5. Parsley. Everyone thinks parsley is just a garnish. It's actually one of the most cold-hardy, productive crops you can grow. Parsley seeds are notoriously slow germinators, 2 to 3 weeks even in perfect conditions. The seeds contain natural oils that inhibit germination. It's a survival mechanism. Plant them in December and they'll be ready to harvest continuously from March through November. That's 9 months of fresh herbs from one planting. Here's the secret that cuts germination time in half: soak parsley seeds in warm water for 24 hours before planting. This breaks down the germination-inhibiting oils. Soaked seeds germinate in 10 to 14 days. Unsoaked seeds? You're waiting 3 to 4 weeks, and by then half of them have rotted in cold, wet soil. Plant them a quarter inch deep, 6 inches apart. Parsley tolerates partial shade, so use it to fill spaces under taller plants or on the north side of your garden where other crops struggle. Here's what makes parsley special: it's biennial. December planted parsley produces leaves all through year 1. In year 2, it grows taller, goes to seed, and those seeds drop and germinate naturally. You'll have free parsley forever if you let a few plants go to seed. 1 planting. 2 years of harvests. Then it reseeds itself. That's the definition of a low-maintenance crop. And parsley is cold-hardy down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I've harvested fresh parsley in January after snowfall. The flavor actually improves after frost, it gets sweeter and less bitter. Most people buy parsley plants at the nursery for $4 to $5 each. A packet of seeds costs $2 and gives you 50 to 100 plants. Do the math. Now before I give you the bonus tip, let me tell you the 2 mistakes that kill winter seeds, because I see people make these constantly. Number 1. Planting too deep. Winter soil is cold and wet. Seeds planted too deep run out of energy before they reach the surface. They rot before they sprout. The rule: plant winter seeds half as deep as you would in spring. Onions and cabbage? Half an inch max. Broccoli and parsley? Quarter inch. Celery? Surface only. I've seen people plant onion seeds an inch deep in December and wonder why nothing came up. The seeds germinated, used all their energy pushing through cold soil, and died 2 inches down. Number 2. Overwatering. Cold soil holds water longer than warm soil. Water that drains in 24 hours during summer takes 3 to 4 days to drain in winter. Overwatered seeds in cold soil equals rot and fungal disease. Water once at planting, then wait. Check soil moisture by sticking your finger 2 inches down. If it's moist, don't water. Only water when the top 2 inches are dry. Most winter seed failures aren't from cold, they're from drowning. Avoid these two mistakes and your success rate jumps from 50% to 90%. These aren't small details, they're the difference between harvest and failure. Now here's the bonus tip I promised, the one thing that makes all 5 of these seeds grow faster, stronger, and survive winter stress. Cover them with row cover fabric immediately after planting. Not plastic. Not mulch. Row cover fabric. Here's why it works. Row cover raises soil temperature by 5 to 10 degrees, which speeds germination by 30 to 50%. It protects from hard freezes that kill young seedlings. It blocks wind that dries out the soil surface. And it still lets water and light through. Your seeds under row cover will germinate twice as fast and establish stronger roots before winter hits hardest. This one move increases your success rate from 60% to 95%. I've tested this side by side for 3 years. Covered seeds consistently outperform uncovered seeds. Use garden staples or rocks to hold the fabric down. Don't let wind get underneath. Leave it on until seedlings are 4 inches tall and have developed true leaves, then remove it. By then, the plants are strong enough to handle whatever winter throws at them. Row cover costs $20 to $30 for a 10 by 20 foot section. It lasts 3 to 4 seasons if you store it properly. That's $5 to $10 per year to double your germination rate. That's it. 5 seeds. 3 weeks. 3 mistakes to avoid. 1 bonus tip. Plant them this December, and you'll be harvesting fresh vegetables in spring while everyone else is still browsing seed catalogs and wondering if it's too early to plant. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new today, give this video a like. And subscribe. Every week I share simple tips to help you grow more food with less effort.